Everyone pretend to wash your hands.
Okay, now we have audio.
Don't need to. We're back.
You guys. We're back. Friday the 13th.
Wow.
We don't even have. Okay, guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome to What a Delight with Chelsea White. We were live. You missed a fantastic fucking first act. And then Friday the 3rd, we were about to talk about Friday the 13th. And then we went down, and then now we lost audio. So listen.
But we got an update.
If you don't believe in Friday the 13th, you better now. But I'll tell you what, while we were down, breaking news, our crack team of researchers, Nick Parker wearing gloves holding a camera too.
Ding.
He has breaking news, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson confirmed with coronavirus. They posted
Oh my God!
Give us the break. Yeah, look
All
at
right,
this.
so everyone
Breaking
knows,
news.
This is straight from the
You're
source.
good. I'll put it on camera too.
Oh. This is straight from the source. Tom Hanks. Oh, here.
Oh my God, that doesn't look real. That looks
Tom, you like it? Hold on.
touched your glove.
Hold on.
Totally looks fake.
Tom Hanks. This is Tom Hanks official. Just so.
Is it
But is
verified?
it real?
Look, Tom Hanks. Everyone that follows Tom Hanks.
He's following one person. Who's Tom Hanks follow?
Oh. Me. Damn it. His
Oh,
wife.
his wife.
Good for
damn
him.
it.
Okay, so
This is terrible.
This is legit.
This is awful.
So I will
Tom,
read it.
no.
I will read it.
Okay,
aloud.
you're gonna read it. Here, read it directly into my booth.
We could go to.
Speak
We
loud.
could go to.
Yeah,
your
let's
other
go to the
camera.
regular camera. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
Speak loud.
Oh, no.
Parker, it's gonna be okay.
Hello, folks. Rita and I are down here in Australia. We felt a bit tired, like we had cold. And some body aches. Rita had some chills that came and went, slight fevers too. To play things right, as is needed in the world right now, we were
Goddamn
tested
right,
for the
Tom
coronavirus and were found to be positive.
Ah!
Well, now what do we do next? The
What do you do next?
We're gonna find out.
DJ Tucker even looks
The
very
medical
somber.
officials have protocols that must be followed. Well, Hanks will be tested, observed, and isolated for as long as public health and safety requires.
Take it all back.
Not-
Need a cord.
Much more to it other than one day at a time approach. No? Question mark? We'll keep the world posted and updated. Take care of yourselves.
Do you have
Hanks!
a reaction to this news?
Wow.
Oh.
We might be the first
Dun dun
show
dun.
to actually talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's true.
We broke the news.
Also-
Gosh knows.
I do.
What? Oh, camera.
He wears
Camera two.
Camera doing his own.
He wears gloves as well.
Just like you.
So what does that mean?
You're not letting that pass.
That means that
You have coronavirus.
I am big.
No, that does not mean.
I am Tom Hanks. I say
Nick Parker, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Parker.
Yay!
That was exciting. What do you think about breaking news on the show, DJ Juck?
I think
we
it's the
should
first
try
time
to
we've
do
done it
more.
in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm very happy it happened. Though I'm sad. I'm sad that it happened to Mr. Hanks and his wife,
It's
Mr.
so
and Mrs. Hanks.
terrible. You know what? I think they'll be fine.
I mean, sure.
They are old.
They're fine.
But here's the difference.
Oh!
Here's the difference. And this is a good thing.
No one look at me.
They're good people, but you know what the best medicine is for any situation like this?
Dun 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 dun. No.
Laughter?
No? Anybody else? Anybody?
Corona beer?
Washing.
Corona beer.
Money.
Yeah!
Money. Fine.
Also, the NBA just suspended the regular season.
Holy shit!
Just a second.
Nick,
Wait,
what's
what?
the breaking news?
What else is happening on
Holy shit, Nick!
Do we have a breaking news graphic, Laura? We should now.
This is a job.
This is a case for the FBI.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, you guys. I think we should listen. I don't think we can top this. I feel like they basically did the Friday the 13th segment.
I think so.
Because by stopping down and then breaking all this news. So I think we should just get right into our guests. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Give it up to the host and the producer of the $6.99 per pound podcast. Give it up for Joann Park and Michael Kempton.
Oh my God!
Come on in. Get closer.
Getting close! Oh my God!
on live TV.
Give out a
This
work
on
batch.
Instagram.
That was for you guys because your
Yes.
podcast is about working. I mean,
It
lots
is.
of things.
Work
But I was like,
with
what's
the
a
Q.
good Work. I almost did
Work,
Fifth Harmony
work,
work
work,
from
work,
home, but
work.
that felt like ominous. Do you know what I mean?
What about that Rihanna?
So,
Yes.
I thought about that too, but I felt like Britney's had a little bit more of like a entrance music to it. Do you know what I mean? So, you guys, welcome.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for braving Corona.
Yes.
Miranda's here. Everybody's here. Parker, that's a cue for you to show Miranda Hobbs, my beautiful cat. Come on.
Parker's busy
Okay.
getting
So,
scoops.
Yeah, Parker's still out here getting
Breaking news.
He's out here getting
This is
all the
huge.
scoops. Oh! All right, great, thank you.
Meow.
Tom wants to know is Colin Hanks safe? We can only assume that Colin Hanks is safe since we don't have any other information. Okay, you guys. Okay, so this podcast situation I want to talk about, but I want to talk about some of the things that you guys do individually first. And we were talking about this a little bit before the cameras started rolling. You are an audience development and an intelligence manager. That's what it was. I feel like you're a manager of audience intelligence.
Yes, I am.
CNN's Great Big Story. So tell me a little bit about what that means, and tell me, are you assessing their intelligence, or are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
What does it mean,
So,
Joann?
honestly, I think I'm pretty much the undercover CEO of that company.
Are you?
You heard it here
believe it.
first.
Woo.
But
Probably not even
basic,
that
so
much
audience
undercover.
intelligence is basically research. So we research like our audiences and see what they like. So what's the demographic of Chelsea Delight? What a delight with Chelsea White.
right.
How many
can
views
tell
is it
you.
getting month to month,
Debbie
year to
White.
year?
The demographic is Debbie White.
What's left of the pie chart is Debbie.
Yeah.
Hi, Debbie.
But basically, like outside of the podcast, which is my creative outlet, I also have a desire to be like that corporate hoe that just like moves way up and
Yeah.
be like a badass. So it's like a lot of charts, a lot of PowerPoints, a lot of being like, yeah, this person's unproductive, we need to let them go. Or like this video didn't do well, we're gonna end that series. So I'm basically a report card, which, what I was meant to be since I was all along, because I'm Asian.
All right.
I like it.
Yes.
So, and I definitely do want to take on your services to find out the demographics.
Yes.
Specifically of the intelligence
Yes.
of mine.
Specifically I was going to say of Debbie.
Yes, exactly.
You give me more intel on Debbie White. And then, so Michael, you have a little project in the works, and I was
Yes.
hoping we could talk about this before the show to make sure it's something you wanted to talk about it. So if you don't, just run out the door screaming.
here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but you have a personal project that you
Yes.
just got started. Kickstarted.
Kickstarted.
Go funded. Yes.
Yes.
Imposters.
Last year, yes.
Okay, great.
Yes,
so
yes,
tell me
yes.
a little bit about that project.
Well, I got through this podcast I met a wonderful woman named Sandy who wrote this pilot, and it's about.
I think we have a photo.
Oh, do we have a photo?
Oh!
There we are.
So prepared!
All photo shoot. There's me in the corner. But yeah, it's a story about these groups of students that get put together after a disastrous fraternity event, and the school, has to come together, create a diversity initiative. It's like a Veep meets like a Parks and Rec kind of thing, and we're in pre-production now. We got all the money we want. Talking to some rich people is always fun.
Very nice.
People.
Can they
Congratulations.
be on the lookout for that?
That's so exciting.
Does it have to do with imposter syndrome?
Imposter, yes, also that imposter. A lot of times when you're a person of color at a school, you feel like you shouldn't be there for a variety of reasons, but we keep going through it. But this show is like to make fun of it and to also bring awareness through comedy, because comedy is always like a great way to just poke fun at things.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah.
Imposters. All right, so you guys have this wonderful podcast, which I was a guest.
Yes, she was!
Yes.
So it's called $6.99 per pound. I want, in your words, why don't you guys tell us about what people can expect when they listen. And I don't know if I fully know the origin story of what the inspiration was. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so $6.99 per pound is a bi-weekly podcast. It is a podcast dedicated to career, culture, and community, all spoken through the lens of people who are underrepresented in their field. Like, for example, Chelsea, you talked about like living with Tourette's and how like you really want to empower that community and how you deal with it every single day, and like you're production capacity, like in all your successes. But we also have interviewed like a subway worker who's like been a token clerk for 25 years. Her name is Joann Briley. I don't know if you know.
She's
who
also
she
a
is.
comedian.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
she's a comedian. So she
that.
founded
She
this.
found a show
episode.
Yeah.
in Bed-Stuy.
Yes.
Laugh Tracks.
Yeah, and she
That's awesome.
founded like Black Women in Comedy. So it's all about just like uplifting people because the homage of the name $6.99 per pound is the New York City deli.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know.
I think we have also a picture
Oh,
of the
yeah.
logo. We'll
Hot
be a picture of the
food.
logo.
Nice.
Bong bong. But it's a homage to the New York City deli culture. So if you guys will notice that usually it's someone of a certain descent behind the counter. Usually Korean Americans kind of run the deli scene,
Sure.
the hot food buffet scene in New York City. And I think we wanted to liken it to that in that even though it's run by Korean Americans, me and Jay Keeg, my co-host, and most
I'm
of
Japanese,
our
but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We love everyone.
Matters.
Ding!
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
Jakey right there.
Yeah.
Jakey.
I need a bucket hat.
I know you do.
There's no bucket. Paddington Show.
But you know, we're run by Korean Americans, but we serve everyone, right? And then usually when you go to a hot food buffet, you have a buffet of like there's spaghetti next to Indian food, next to lo mein, and I think we wanted
Next
to
to
play
coronavirus.
exactly, and we wanted to play that spirit up, and like the coronavirus, we just make people stronger. And so yeah, that's how we came up with the podcast.
No,
And
love it.
breaking news, but my first ever podcast experience was on Chelsea White's podcast, Ghosted Stories.
Former podcast Ghosted Stories.
Full
With
circle.
the talented Aaron.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
that's
guys
right.
listen to
Yes.
the episode Virgin
Yes.
Ghostings by Chelsea. Yeah, and then but that was inspired me to start like our own podcast.
so happy.
So Chelsea's like my mentor. So that's my little
I
splurge.
paid her to say that.
I know. Here you go.
Joann.
Yeah.
And so how did you guys meet? Like, how did you get pulled in as the producer of this project, Michael?
I knew Jay Key from the time he did Bad Rap,
Okay.
which is a doc about Asian American rappers. That's also on Netflix. He's gonna like that plug.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah. Anyway, I DM'd him, and I saw he was doing a podcast. I was like, hey, can I sit in on a
Oh,
podcast?
wow.
Which is, I don't know if I guess it's not that odd to slide in people's DMs these days, but I got invited and I sat in, and then I just asked to help, and then I think a month went by, and I didn't see an episode come out in 4 weeks. I was like, they're having trouble.
We're having trouble.
But I didn't want to look too eager,
Right,
Too
right.
thirsty,
Too thirsty.
too thirsty out here, and just waiting it out. And then I finally got a call, and then I just took it from there. And now we're here. I am behind the scenes a lot, but I'm trying to be in front of the camera.
Yes,
now. So
look at him. He's in
2020
front of the
goals.
camera.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It is. It's all happening. You're already manifesting it.
Yes.
That's so fantastic. I love that you made that connection just by sliding into the DMs on social media. You know,
There
this is
you
what.
go.
Yeah.
This is what.
Remember Chelsea? So Chelsea and I were part of this fellowship, this very prestigious scholarship.
As was Lauren.
As was Lauren. Ding, second camera. But that's how we're all connected. It's called the IRTS Foundation. But you know how they would ask us to do like informationals?
Yeah.
Where we would like send emails to like, professionals.
Someone that you want to make contact with, if maybe you want to be in
Yeah.
their position someday, you want to
Yeah.
learn about their job.
Now
networking.
we just slide into the DMs. I guess that's what the
That's
kids
the
are
new-
doing.
Exactly, that's the new networking. Also, P.S. a little plug for my mom who's watching.
Yay.
International Radio and Television Society, the IRTS Foundation, they facilitate camaraderie amongst professionals in the field of communication. And this week is their Fund a Fellow Week, which is their fellowship program, which is their biggest outreach program. They're a nonprofit, and they facilitate like 20-something kids who were at one time Joann and Lauren and I. They ability to come to the city, to New York City, give a stipend, housing, and an internship, and really kind of like, I definitely credit them with like giving me the door into now what I'm doing, making TV.
Yeah.
And making Instagram
She's a
shows in
legend.
my living room. Oh, stop.
She's a legend in the scholarship.
Shout out, you're too sweet, but shout out to IRTS Foundation, and if you know someone who's in college and would be interested in that, you should look it up.
Yeah. There's a gem right there.
That's right. Boom. Who is, so you mentioned a couple of the guests you had on. Who comes to mind when, amongst all of the amazing guests you guys have had, the person you were most like intimidated by, or just like, oh my god, I can't believe this person is on, or like
Chelsea White.
Chelsea.
you passed the test.
There we go. Low hanging fruit there.
Oh my god. Who do you think?
Who is the
Someone
most
that you were, like-
intimidating?
And it doesn't have to be like, I feel like that makes it sound negative, but yeah, just someone who you're like, oh wow, like I'm excited to meet them, or I feel like, you know, this is a powerful presence.
Yeah, I mean, our most recent episode was amazing. Serena, she is the first ever Asian woman firefighter in FDNY history.
Wow.
She joined 14 years ago. Now she's
Yeah.
a lieutenant. She told us all her battle stories about buildings coming down and like taking 115 pounds up stairs during Sandy and all that.
Wow.
And remember Palm Frites and
Yeah.
Lower East Side? She's put out that fire. Yeah.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
goodness! Wow.
Yeah.
Did you duck
Tune in.
this?
Tune
I
in.
don't see anything.
Tune in after this.
Yeah, tune in. But that was really cool in that, you know, she's like someone who is like changing the face of,
Yeah.
you know, FDNY.
United Women's
Yeah.
Firefighters.
Very cool.
Yeah, she
There's
has like
over 100 women firefighters in the fire department.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before when she joined there were only 11.
Out of
10,000.
Out of 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. That was one of those cool ones.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. I like that a lot. And then what you guys are in? How many episodes at this point are you into? How many?
Like
do we know?
35.
All right.
35.
That's a lot of collection.
Yeah.
And any guess? Well, you just said that the firefighter you just mentioned, is that episode is about to drop?
It
It's
did
out.
drop.
It's out. It's our
dropped.
most
It's
recent
out. Okay.
episode.
All right, this is very exciting. You guys can check out 6
What day of the week or bi-weekly does
We're
the
bi-weekly every other Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yes.
I have a question about bi-weekly. Is it I literally Googled this a
Yes.
couple days ago because I was so confounded by it. I always thought that people were misspeaking when they were saying bi-weekly and really should be saying bi-monthly, but it's sort of like a colloquialism to say like, oh, bi-weekly meaning every other week. But then I looked it up and I'm wrong. Or it can be either?
It can be either.
You could be either.
What does that say?
Well, because bi-weekly.
Audience intelligence.
Yes. I know.
Bi-weekly means every other week.
Yeah, no, but shouldn't it mean twice a week? Bi-weekly to me sounds
Oh, yeah. That's what she
like shouldn't it mean
means.
twice a week? And then bi-monthly would be twice a month. That's
Yeah,
what
but,
I
but,
always thought.
but,
And then,
but listen, language is weird.
I
Why
know!
are things sent by ship called cargo and why are things sent by car called a shipment? We don't know these things. It's just how some things work.
listen, you're telling me.
You know what,
me,
Joe?
eh?
Show up at Liberty
It's Corona number 2.
I'm very
I know.
Oh my god, I'm never drinking again. All right, you guys, this is very exciting. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Tom says bi-weekly means twice a week and every 2 weeks. But why? All right, moving on.
So it comes out twice a week, but then every other week. So Wednesday and Wednesday, but then pause and then Wednesday and Wednesday.
Yes. That's correct.
Did you guys get that at home? Okay, before I let you guys go, can we play a little game?
Yes.
Okay, this is exciting.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try not to flash everybody. Here we go. Okay. This is delight or just all right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you a series of pictures, and you're gonna tell me if it's a delight or just all right. Oh wait, you need your special things too. Here we go. You have these little paddles. Be careful. It's held together by twine and glue. There you go.
We're
There you
good.
go.
We're
There you
good.
go. There you go. All right. Delight or just all right. Here we go.
Okay.
Nick Parker, come on over here on camera too, and I'll every time just stand by and I'll just reach out. There you go. Super Mario Brothers 2, though the second one, the second Super Mario Brothers, where he's pulling turnips out of the ground and such. Do you remember this one? Do you do Duck Hunt Demon?
Oh, I do, but I'm not playing this game.
Delight or just all right? Whatever you think, or if you don't know, that's fine too. You guys seem perplexed.
I never
Wait,
played
guys,
this
I
game.
never played
never played
this,
this
so
game.
just
You
so
never played
It's all right. I'm too. I don't know. I wasn't in the demographic.
But you remember Super Mario, like the other ones, or like with your
Super
raccoon
Mario.
tail and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
I do
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart. That's
Okay,
it.
well,
Yeah.
that works too.
A new
I like-
generation.
Nick Parker has facilitated an ingenious thing to where he doesn't even have to do his one job, which is hold camera.
You have one job!
Two.
No, my job is to make
he
sure
has
that
he
you
has
have-
camera 2 leaning on a
Candle.
candle.
Half-melted candle.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Gym class. There we go. Gym
Gym
class.
class.
Gym class. Gym class.
Nah.
Oh, it's a mix.
Why do you think gym class is a delight, Michael? You had a different high school experience than I did.
I was an athlete, so I had
Okay.
Whoa!
Whatever.
Hey,
Well.
I did just jog when we had to run though. I didn't really try that much.
Hold on, you do deserve this. There we go.
You're gonna wake up the
Must be nice. Miranda can't wait. Miranda's in
I
there.
just know what you
Also,
know.
who is this? Is this stock photo or is
That's
this
a
someone?
stock photo,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
But don't say it too loud. I didn't pay for it. All right.
Okay.
The Marvel Universe. Just the Marvel Universe. There we go. I feel like this is a terrible angle.
Okay, don't come for me, but honestly,
Oh!
don't come
Why
for
do
me,
you think?
Marvel
But are
fans.
you like then a DC fan, or you just don't really care about Marvel, or what's up?
I'm like Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon. I'm like Asian.
Oh yeah.
I was
Okay.
I was more in the Asian world. And
Yeah.
now I just see the Marvel movies and there's just a lot of explosions, not a lot of storyline,
Yeah.
and just too much for me.
I know.
Listen.
That's a really hot take.
Yeah, it's not
I was
complex.
gonna say,
Not complex at all.
Don't come for me, all you
the
fans.
expanded answer. And Joanne, you're just what? You're just like, man.
Yeah, I think it's just like so lame that they've created every single ending is like a cliffhanger, right?
Right.
And they just kind of like feed into like watch the other movies, and I just don't like
It's
that.
too
I'm
much-
like, why
it's
can't you just
too-
make one good one?
So,
Like-
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Apparently there
wait.
are good ones, according to
Hello?
the fans
Oh,
out there.
we've lost all our Marvel funding.
Oh, sorry. I didn't really.
It's a delight.
For the
All right.
money.
What about hash browns? Hash browns.
Delight.
Hash browns.
Delight.
Especially the ones, the McDonald's
McDonald's hash browns.
McDonald's hash browns.
Oh yeah.
McDonald's
Any
hash
day,
browns.
any time of the day.
I agree
In the
with
sleeve,
McDonald's
in the
hash
little
browns.
sleeve.
Percent billion.
Okay, hold on. Everybody, everyone's getting overexcited. I don't
Whoa, whoa,
understand,
whoa.
but how can you not? McDonald's hash browns, yes, but these like hash browns. I mean, I guess I should have specified. Like, what about these little weird?
Oh wait, so
bread-
they
Are
didn't
those
put
hash
on
browns?
those
You mean the ones you find-
specific hash browns?
You mean the ones you find at the
These
hotels?
ones are like soggy.
Those are like
and,
hotel hash browns.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We don't
Wait.
know if they're soggy. You can't tell.
I feel like don't they soggy hash browns?
How
stay
well are they
soggy.
cooked?
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
Not
Is
McDonald's.
this? Are these
hash
even
browns.
hash browns though?
These
Because these are.
Oh!
Get it right, Chelsea White.
Shots fired! Shots
Well,
fired!
this is scratch.
I did
This is
Home
I
fries.
had it on my card.
Okay, well if it's home fries,
Okay, home fries.
hotel home fries.
Just
Oh,
all
that's just
Yeah.
all right.
Hey
Home
Chelsea,
fries.
how does it feel? Was that murder a?
Is a case for the FBI.
I'm an American citizen.
I don't have that. All I have is this. Not the right sound. But always a delay.
It's all good.
All right, you all had your fun. Delight or all right? Astrology.
Oh,
Delight.
I thought that was gonna be the Zodiac killer.
Delight.
Oh, just okay. You love
Yes.
astrology. Same. Michael, what do you have against astrology? What do you have against the zodiac?
I feel people read into it too much.
Okay. Who hurt you?
I
feel
know.
like this is like some sort
It's
of
the
like
freaking universe,
like
man.
a former lover was like, listen,
But then,
I
and you know what the ironic thing
you're a
is?
Scorpio. What's your sign?
Virgo.
And he is the.
I've never had someone say their sign and then people be like, "Oh, I didn't think that." It's always, "Oh, that's so you."
But it is. But it is.
No, it's not.
Wait, what's your sign?
I don't like being
Libra.
boxed in.
All right, we're both.
Yes, you're the
I
same
don't like
person.
being boxed in to these expectations I have to be, you know.
That's such a
Yeah,
Virgo
I
thing to say.
understand.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what a
Is that what a
Virgo
Virgo say?
sun, Cancer rising, Pisces moon would say. Okay.
Exactly.
What
Oh,
about
okay.
Very
Chingy? Rap superstar Chingy.
Oh.
I like it, move it right there, like there, right? That's him.
song's very
Okay,
good.
I like this song.
He also
He's a
had,
delight, right?
he
You're
also
not
had a lot
doing-
of great other songs.
He's yes.
On the low
agreed.
low.
On the
Guys, if
Lola.
you're just tuning over from Trump's coronavirus speech, you already missed the most important news, which we broke here tonight with the help of our crack research team, Nicholas Parker. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are infected.
Yes.
They're patients 0 and 1. And the
The
NBA
NBA.
canceled.
They have ceased the rest of the regular season.
No more NBA
Because there's
ever.
a player
No,
from
it
Utah
doesn't
Jazz
exist anymore.
that is tested positive.
NBA no longer exists. All right, finally,
Sold.
Not what he
no
said.
spoilers. Don't tell me who got kicked off tonight because I have it on my DVR.
Is that
But
what's
the
going
Masked
right now?
Singer, yes. The Masked Singer.
Hey, is that Nick
It's
Cannon?
delightful,
Wait,
right? Isn't it
also-
so fun?
Also because
I love
it
it.
helped people realize T-Pain had a real voice.
That's
There you go.
But and also,
It's not just the
and
auto-tune.
also, this is originally a Korean show.
That's right.
It's a Korean
That's
show.
right.
They took it.
They took. Well, I mean, they probably sold the rights
They
or
took
something.
their job.
They still took it.
Okay, fine.
I bet you
Fine.
they didn't buy
They take
the
all the
rights.
things nice.
They probably did not buy the rights.
Yeah.
No, they probably were like, "Oh, that was from." That's what they do with everything.
That's true.
They just take
Silent
and take.
Library.
Where's our crack team of investigators?
Yeah, Nicholas
I believe you're wearing the gloves.
Nick is looking at me. All right, you guys. This has been a gosh darn delight. Joann, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you
coming
for
out.
having
And
us.
thank you for braving coronavirus. 6 a.m. per pound, available
We're out here.
on, I assume, your favorite podcast platform.
Yes.
All of them.
Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, we're on them.
Look
So.
out for Imposters coming. Watch Great Big Story.
Yeah.
Test your audience's intelligences.
Yes.
Also, if you're ordering takeout, do it from a Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
because they're
They don't have
Chinatown.
corona?
Chinatown businesses have been hit by like
I
60%.
know.
So
See, if you don't want to eat, if you're not eating Chinese food, you also can't eat Italian food.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Or any food.
I know, right?
Goddamn right.
Or Corona.
Or any of the food in all the, 85 countries.
But you know
Yeah,
what you can do?
Just
Drink
don't eat.
Corona. Drink.
And support your local.
All right, you
Bodega.
guys, this has been delightful. Let's wind down. This is the part of the show where we just get ready. Where I accidentally flash the
this is
audience.
nice.
Probably. This
Wait,
is
we sleep?
Yeah, this is the. This is it. Don't try to take my robe from me.
Oh,
Joe.
what is
Here we
happening?
go. No, this is just
Oh.
where we wind down.
I know,
You
but-
guys, yeah, get on in here, Nicholas.
Nicholas,
This
part,
song-
but not too close
Right,
though.
not
too close.
Not too close.
Everyone stay with it.
No.
The
Thank
song
you
makes
guys.
me sad.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Next week, if we're still alive, comedian Lydia Scott will be here. Stay safe. Wash your hands, and you should have fucking been doing that the whole time. Sing the thong song.
Da, 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 da,
Be
da.
And if you didn't wash your hands before
This
this,
song's for you, Tom Hanks.
Booty,